You don't post. You don't pretend to perform. You move in silence while the world performs itself to exhaustion. Every scroll, every caption, every filtered confession, empty noise. But you stay still, unreachable, untouchable. And that's what they can't stand about you. Because mystery in a world addicted to exposure is power. The man who doesn't post isn't hiding, he's refining. Every moment you don't share becomes rarer. Every silence becomes signal. You've learned what others never will. The richest men in the room are the ones no one can quite find. It starts somewhere between confidence and peace. You watch the screen glow and think, they're showing everything. Their meals, their moods, their money, their need. You close the app. The silence after feels expensive, like a private jet taxiing at dawn. You don't crave applause, you crave air. And in that space, you begin to remember, privacy isn't lack, it's luxury. Psychologists call it selective exposure, the brain's natural filter for energy preservation. You don't engage with chaos because you understand how costly attention is. You're not disconnected, you're discerning. You've turned restraint into an art form. Your absence online is not emptiness, it's economy. You invest your presence where it multiplies. Real rooms, real eyes, real moments. Maybe you've noticed, the ones who shout the loudest have the least to protect. The ones who whisper usually own everything worth guarding. You've learned that visibility drains, but mystery compounds. Every photo you don't post, every opinion you keep private, it grows in value like vintage. Your restraint becomes a lure, your silence a kind of gravity. Maybe you hear it sometimes, the call to prove, to perform, to announce. But then you remember, every time you reveal, you give away a little sovereignty, and you've worked too hard to own your time, your thoughts, your peace. So you choose quiet, you choose control, you choose yourself and your family. Because this isn't detachment, it's design. You don't hide from the world, you curate your access to it. While others broadcast noise, you move through the world like a signal only a few can tune into. That's not avoidance, that's mastery. Look around. Those who overshare crave validation. Those who don't, they already have it. The man who doesn't post isn't disconnected from luxury. He's breathing it. He's tasting life without turning it into content. A glass of wine and Capri, the sound of sea against marble. A woman who leans in, not because you performed, but because you didn't. You understand that what's rare becomes magnetic. Mystery is the last status symbol. Privacy is the new wealth. In a world that documents everything, not being seen becomes the ultimate flex. It says, I don't need your confirmation. I already know. There's psychology to it. It's called emotional scarcity. The less available you are, the more your presence matters. People lean in. They listen closer. They want to decode you, enter your orbit, be granted a glimpse. You've become the human equivalent of an invitation-only event, and you don't even need to advertise it. Maybe that's why your conversations are quieter but deeper, your circle smaller but sharper. You attract people who value the invisible, energy over attention, authenticity over spectacle. They don't come to consume you, they come because they understand you. Because you live in a world most people only dream of reaching, a world where silence is signal and presence is currency. Every place you go, you carry that energy with you. Meetings go still when you walk through. Waiters sense it before you speak. Women notice it without knowing why. It's the stillness that moves differently. You don't have to announce yourself. The room already adjusts. You know this truth in your bones. Showing less reveals more. The loud chase relevance. The quiet simply commands it. And the man who doesn't post is never behind the trend. He's ahead of the need. He's the calm center in a digital storm. Think of yourself as a constellation, rarely visible, yet always present. Others burn fast, you orbit steadily. While they collect followers, you collect experiences. While they chase clicks, you own peace. You've traded attention for anonymity, and anonymity for depth. That's not regression, that's evolution. Ask yourself, when did life become proof? When did private joy start requiring public evidence? And why should peace need an audience? You know the answer, it doesn't. The moment you stopped broadcasting, you started belonging to yourself again. You don't need to be seen to be significant. You don't need applause to feel alive. You don't share everything because some things deserve to stay sacred. You choose to live beautifully, not visibly. This is what most people will never understand. The man who doesn't post isn't resisting the world. He's mastering it. Because true power doesn't announce itself. It arrives quietly, leaves gently, and lingers in memory. You move differently because you've simply escaped the performance trap. You don't chase validation, you emanate it. You don't compete for space, you own your silence. And your silence, it's expensive. It's what money tries to buy but can't. Discretion, presence, freedom. You've learned that real connection doesn't happen in the comment section. It happens when someone looks at you across a table in Morocco, or beside a pool in Bali, or under the soft light of Lake Como, and realizes they know nothing about you, but they feel everything. That's the new intimacy, not overexposure, but resonance. Because here's the secret. Mystery doesn't block connection, it deepens it. It filters out the noise and calls in the rare. The ones drawn to mystery are the ones who can handle depth. You don't attract attention, you attract alignment. You've built a life around that principle. Every choice, every quiet movement, every unanswered question, curation. You live slow, travel quietly, laugh privately. You've mastered the art of the soft presence, the kind of that moves like fragrance, not thunder. You don't chase spotlight because you are the setting. The light bends around you. There's wealth in that. Real wealth. The kind that can't be measured in views or shares or validation. It's the wealth of time, of self-possession, of knowing you can disappear for a month and the world will still spin because your worth was never dependent on visibility. Maybe that's what luxury really is. The freedom to be unseen. The calm of knowing no one can touch what they can't find. The quiet pleasure of eating dinner in a hidden restaurant where no one takes pictures. The soft laughter of someone who knows the value of silence. You've stepped beyond the algorithm, beyond performance, beyond the hunger for recognition. You've entered the RARE space where men stop proving and start being. That's your edge. That's your wealth. And the irony? The less you show, the more they imagine. The less you speak, the more they listen. The less you reveal, the more they remember. Mystery isn't lack, it's leverage. You've learned to treat your life like a collection. Each experience, each emotion, each place, private, refined, timeless. Not for display, for depth. Because the moment something becomes public, it stops belonging fully to you. And you're done sharing your soul for applause. So you stay quiet, you stay intentional, you stay rare. And in that stillness, you become magnetic. The world can't stop wondering, who is he? And the truth is, you don't need to answer. That question is your crown. You sip your coffee slowly. The sea glows outside your window. Somewhere, someone is posting their morning routine. You smile, because your life doesn't need proof. It just needs presence. And maybe that's the dark truth. The man who doesn't post doesn't disappear. He ascends. He becomes the kind of story people tell in whispers. The kind of presence you can't scroll past. The kind of mystery that lingers long after the feed fades to black. And right there, in that silence between exposure and elegance, between signal and shadow, that's where your power lives. And exactly there is where we'll continue next time.